Welcome again to another version of Cigar Time, where we sit around, we discuss fine cigars, we smoke them, and we talk about them. And here, leading off to my left, is T.
Hi.
To her left is Mike.
Good morning.
To his left is Scott.
Hi.
Funny, I don't think of you as being to the left, Scott, but that's all right. And to my right is
Rob.
man, a few words, and Uncle Max.
Good morning, Delaware Valley.
Well, I think we should get right into it and smoke our first, well, we already smoked it, but, you know, tell the folks at home our tasting notes from our first cigar, which is a Punch Rare Corojo, one of my favorites. Oh, did I just give that away?
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, the blend.
We won't give it away in the stores.
No, we're going
We
to
need to sell
those
them.
in the store. Yes. Well, the wrapper is a Sumatran Corojo. The binder is a Connecticut broadleaf, and the filler is a three-country blend of Dominican, Honduran, and Nicaraguan tobacco.
Very nice. They come in a few sizes: Corona, Double Corona, Gordo, Perfecto, Robusto, and Toro.
And the flavor of this cigar is very smooth. It's a beautifully constructed seasonal cigar. When you smoke it, every time you draw, it has a more complex flavor, and it does not subside. Also, the flavor is very consistent, and it has a mildly earthy weight. The hints are also coffee as well as cocoa. And on your palate, it leaves a very creamy aftertaste, which also reveals a hint of cherry. And you can really taste the cherry. You can taste that.
So you said it was a seasonal cigar. What that means is it only comes out every February. It's once a year.
Once a year, yeah.
Ergo, I guess, the rare.
Rare, yeah. It used to come out every 2 years.
Yeah.
No kidding.
It did.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Every 2 years, and they were fantastic every 2 years. A little year of age on these things.
I just don't. For me, it's not the
I
same.
love this cigar.
Do you?
I do. I love the fact that it's box pressed. I love the wrapper. It's not like a dark oscuro, but it's not, you know, too light. It has a very nice oily texture. I love the way it feels.
Did you
I just
say
love this
oscuro
cigar.
again?
She
Oscuro.
has some
Very sexy.
Spanish in it.
Yeah.
And you just thought she was just another pretty face.
Yeah.
I like this cigar. I just don't think it's what it used to be.
Oh no, the current crop, the 2013, is much better than the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah,
Would you say
absolutely.
that?
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
been an excellent crop. I remember the first year it came out, and I said, get as many as you can. And I feel the same way this year. It's been consistent, shipment to shipment.
Now this is spoken by a man who had the cigar concession on the Titanic.
Yeah.
But
You still limited the opus? When it was going down, did you still limit the opus? To
Yeah,
one?
yeah. You kill it by one.
Wasn't around then.
Oh, only you would know. Only you would know.
That's true.
that's very funny.
Anybody else have any comments
Yeah,
about
actually,
it?
the Punch is one of the top selling at the Reading store. So
Oh,
great cigar.
thank you. Good to know that.
It's always been one of my favorites too.
Cool. Well, I think in our own individual ways, I think we all like the
I
cigar.
like it, yeah, but I
Scott just doesn't have the same
same passion.
feeling for it and passion that
I
the
did-
rest of us
I
have.
did really like the crystal.
Oh,
This
well, that's,
this crop's crystal, I think. Was,
well, no. The crystals that we have, everybody should be
Are
aware.
well aged.
The crystals that we're selling in our stores were a very rare and limited batch made years ago. These are older cigars that we just happen to get a load of from the company that makes them, and we're very fortunate to be able to sell them to our customers.
yeah, I liked it.
How'd you like that for a
Yeah.
plug?
Yeah.
I thought it was actually,
Impromptu spot.
yeah, I thought it was actually pretty good.
Very good, Ashman.
I think we should kind of move along now, and we're frequently asked about our members' lounges and the benefits of being a member, et cetera, et cetera. So who wants to tackle that?
Well, the coolest thing is the 24-hour access, so that's what everybody talks about. For those of you who don't know, is you can come and go as you please as a member. We have a special entrance for members. If they want to come in at 2 o'clock in the morning, they can come in at 2 o'clock in the morning.
If their wife throws them out, they have someplace to come watch TV.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah, we've got discounts for members. The lounges are beautiful. We've got huge TVs. I think it's something we don't talk enough about.
Well, the biggest part I think is the camaraderie. The guys come in,
Yeah.
they talk, they get to know each other, they share their ideas about cigars. It's just a fabulous environment for a cigar smoker.
Yeah, it's like a herf also. They trade cigars all the time. Some guys will bring in, high-end cigars and they'll trade them for lower-end cigars. Just try something new. It is like it's a great camaraderie.
And people can bring in their laptops and do business within the lounge.
Oh,
keep
With
charge.
our free Wi-Fi.
Yeah, a lot of people can do
Yeah,
that.
we have free Wi-Fi for our members, high-speed Wi-Fi, really high-speed Wi-Fi, I might add. And I mean, it's the perfect complement to spend a day. You smoke, you can be here anytime you want. Life is good, and it's very reasonably priced.
And all the members too they're very welcoming. You can have, we have in Colmar, we have an owner of a professional sports team who's a member, and he will have the same conversation with somebody who is not an owner. Just your everyday Joe. And that's the one cool thing is that the cigar smokers are so nice to each other. And
Yeah, it brings everybody together. Cigars.
it does. It gives you that common thing to talk about.
Right.
Yeah, the camaraderie, I'll say it right, is definitely there.
We've actually Colmar, we've actually had a couple of on more than one occasion members who met through in the lounge, and they have actually formed their own businesses together.
Wow.
Really?
They've done business, and they've actually, on several occasions, I know of two, that they actually got together and started their own business.
Well, our one member in Reading, the Reading store, he always holds his business meetings in the members lounge, and that brings in new customers as well too.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's,
Any marriages from this?
No, not that I'm aware
No
of.
marriages, okay.
No.
They don't allow that yet.
Well, no, I'm talking about women, so don't get
We had
started.
women- We had a few women.
Yeah, we've had women members, yes.
Absolutely.
No, I know we have one. We may have more than one.
All right.
That's
Well,
awesome.
Let's not get hung up on that. We have an email question.
Yeah, Tia, I think he has an email question.
yeah. Sophia from our Colmar store wants to know what's the best way to light a cigar.
Oh, that's a good question.
We could do,
And a woman question, great.
we could do a whole show on that.
There's a lot of different ways to light it. There is a quote unquote best way, but you can light it however you feel like.
Yeah, you can like, it's all personal. Also, cigar smoking is personal.
Absolutely.
The way you light it, the way you smoke it, what cigars you like. I personally, I like lighting it with a soft flame. When I can, I light it with cedar. Just
cedar splint?
Strips of cedar, and it just makes that much more flavorful.
What are you shaking your head at, Max?
I'm shaking my head because cedar splints, while attractive, the reason they were used originally was because the original forms of lighters tasted so
Right.
bad that and matches at the time were made with sulfur, so you ran the risk of getting sick from lighting your cigar. So clubs in England would provide cedar splints to allow their members to light the cigars.
And let me just chime in right now. Nothing against Zippo. I think everybody knows it's a wonderful, venerable
Lights every
company.
It's
time.
actually the
And it
best
lights
lighter
every
made.
time, and it may be the best lighter ever made, but please, oh please, don't light your cigars with a Zippo. And I'll let Uncle Max explain to you why not.
Because no matter how hard they try, it's a petroleum product and there is an aftertaste. Now they've improved over the years, but there's definitely still an aftertaste, and that can affect the way your cigar tastes.
Now, when you're outside, I would probably use a torch lighter because it's easier to light it with the wind. And yeah,
Yeah.
I would.
Especially on the golf course.
I would definitely
Yeah,
use a
especially on
torch
the golf
lighter.
course.
Inside though, I rarely, if ever, use a torch.
We're talking outside.
I use
I
a
don't know.
torch
Where?
inside after the cigar's lit
To touch it up,
relight, to
maybe?
touch it up,
Yeah.
to relight a cigar. But I like the soft flame.
I'm with you. I prefer the soft flame. I like, and I'm weird about it. I do the whole toasting thing.
Oh, that's what I wanted to get into.
Okay.
No, go ahead, take it away.
No, maybe lose my concentration. I'm gonna let
That's
you talk
not,
about
that's
that.
not hard to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at this age, I'm gonna let you talk about that because I wanted to go back to the splint for a minute. I love the taste that you get when you light it with the splint.
Yeah.
It gives it a little
Yeah,
bit of a
cedar.
Cedar
Yep,
taste,
yep,
yeah.
I think it's fantastic. Now, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
The
where
traditional
that's where
way.
they put
Yeah.
the little cedar sheets in there. It's a little messy, but it's
Yeah.
not,
It is messy.
It's not consistent, but you get a really neat flavor.
And please
from
don't do it over your
Well,
fine
I'm going
carpets.
to try that.
Yeah, no kidding.
The way I've been lighting my cigars most of my life is my first toasting the foot. That's the part that you don't stick in your mouth. That's called the head. By gently searing the foot of the cigar, getting it up to about 1,000 degrees or more, or whatever it will tolerate. Just sear it, keep burning it evenly, and then hold your lighter or your cedar splint, whatever you're lighting it with, hold it so the flame gently licks the bottom of the cigar. Don't torch the cigar, just gently let it lap up to the cigar. And then slowly turn the cigar as you inhale and exhale, not inhale like down the gullet, but just in and out, in and out, in and out to get it ignited. And then I blow gently through it for the first puff, and then generally you'll have an evenly burning cigar, one where you'll appreciate the taste, you won't get a bitter taste or a burnt taste, and your cigar will burn evenly.
I think that lighting it that way changes the flavor. Well, actually, I should say, I think using a torch or other methods changes the
I never use a torch.
Well, I don't
see
either,
me use a torch.
and I think a cigar smokes so much better lighting it the way you described. That's how
Absolutely.
I do it.
Well, I had it explained to me, the torch is so hot
Mhm.
that it actually scalds the oils in the end of the cigar, so you get a little burnt taste from the oil.
It takes a half an inch to work it off.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Absolutely. Oh, and also, if you do happen to use matches, I always let the match burn for
Yeah,
a couple of
exactly.
seconds to get
I
rid
like
of
the
that.
match.
That chemical taste.
I'm
off
glad
it.
you added that.
Right,
Glad
yeah,
you
yeah.
added that, yeah.
Speaking of,
And you always get a box of matches at our store.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
speaking of, I actually grammed my cigar, which means that I let it go out. So, excuse me for a second.
And just so, for those of you who can't see, he's using a natural flame to light it, not a blowtorch. All right,
Hey guys, we have to pay for this. Time to sell something.
okay.
All right, guys, it's time to go into the next cigar. We're going to evaluate the Carlos Tarañas 1916 Cameroon.
I like Cameroon.
I love Cameroon. It's one of my favorite
Yes, I know
wrappers.
you like Cameroon.
Absolutely.
And getting into this, it is a Cameroon wrapper. It has a Honduran binder. It has Honduran Nicaraguan filler.
The sizes are,
Thank God for
Size
editing.
matters.
yeah, how about it?
Size matters.
That's how you use it. The
Hey, you
sizes
tell the
are,
girls that, yeah, okay.
yeah. Sizes are Churchill, Corona, Robusto, and Torpedo.
It's a well-crafted toothy cigar. It has a fine draw. It's medium body with a nice balance, and it has flavors of nuts, which you guys know I love nuts.
A lot of them sitting around this table right now.
And it also has spice and coconut with an earthy and cedar finish. Anybody else pick that up?
Yeah, it's definitely spicy. I think I love Cameroon wrappers. I love the oil in the Cameroon wrapper.
Can I just drop this in? Just something that keeps going through my mind all the time. Most people that know anything about cigars know that the binder really doesn't contribute anything that would really influence the taste in to any degree.
That's correct.
Why do we always talk about the binder?
Because it's a part of the cigar.
Yeah, it's part of the cigar.
It's a major part of the cigar.
Okay, so is the ash that drops off if you smoke it too long too, but we don't talk about the
If
ash.
you don't have a binder, the cigar is not going to stay together.
Okay, but that's what it does. It keeps the cigar together and contributes to the even burn.
Correct.
But it doesn't enhance the taste one way or the other.
Not at all.
Okay, I just want to make sure everybody knew
But why
that.
isn't there one just general binder? Everybody just uses Honduran. If it doesn't contribute anything, it doesn't make it. Is it just a cost thing?
Are you asking why they use Honduran?
No, I'm asking why there's all kinds of different binders from different countries.
I think it's more where they are, harvesting their crops and where their factories are that make it that influences where the binder comes from. And the
Max,
cost.
Go ahead, Max. You look like you have something to say.
Of course, don't I always?
Yes, too much.
Yeah, it takes you a while to get to it, but you usually have something.
Yeah.
Okay, rev up the engines.
Well,
Let's
what
go.
is it? Let's go, Max.
All right, well, I think a binder can have an influence on the taste of the cigar.
I
Because
disagree.
with certain companies, the binder is the same as the wrapper,
Right.
but a lesser grade that doesn't quite cut it as wrapper
Oh, that's different.
tobacco.
Now that's cheating. That's different.
But that's what a lot
That's
of
different.
a
Not too
number of
many
companies do that.
cigars do that. There aren't too many.
It was always my understanding that it was just, it didn't, it was like AAA. It didn't make the big leagues.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Wrapper.
Yeah, it's not a.
Yeah, but
not a good quality.
when it doesn't do that, there's not much to the burning qualities other than keeping the cigar together. You guys,
And you can smoke it. You can actually smoke a cigar without the wrapper. The
Yeah,
binder's good enough.
but then you're smoking the filler. The filler,
Right.
everybody says the wrapper contributes 80%, 70%. From my experience, and having smoked enough cigars in the last years, it's more the binder, and to some degree, depending on the kind of wrapper that's being used, the wrapper.
I mean, but you said binder, not filler.
Filler. I'm sorry. That's my. But never has anybody. I've never heard anybody once say,
That was a good binder.
This has a great binder.
Yeah,
Man,
this binder's awesome.
this binder alone is worth the price of the cigar.
I'm gonna do that.
Unless it happens to be your wraps that you use for your sandwiches, in which case it's got a lot of filler.
Yeah, a lot of filler. Speaking of
And
filler.
it makes you bound.
Sounds like a lot of people around the table, a lot of fill and a lot of other stuff.
Yeah.
Oh
Sure.
boy.
That's actually a great question. That's a good point. I kind of wondered that myself.
Yeah, nobody ever talks about that. Is it like some secret society or something? The Binder Society.
We should start that. That would be a good. That would be really good. The Binder Society.
Oh man, we got
Ladies of the Binder.
Yeah.
The rare binders.
Sounds like something you do in your basement.
All right, let's move this along.
Sounds
Where were
like
we? I've
something
lost
that
track.
George Romney had. He had a binder full of
Oh,
women.
let's not get into
Yeah.
politics.
Seems
All right, guys. So, what is your go-to cigar?
I think
Oh.
we're the same as Rob's.
Wow.
I have a feeling.
I have a lot of go-to cigars. There's cigars that I smoke every day. The Romeo and Juliet Reserva Real.
I know he was going to say
I
that.
smoke that cigar every day.
I remember you said that in another show.
I think that's
I
the
did.
first cigar
Yeah.
you gave me to smoke.
Yeah, it's a nice mild cigar. It's an extremely good cigar.
And
I
then the
smoke it
interesting
every
thing,
day.
it's not a Cameroon wrapper.
It's not.
You
But
love
it's my
Cameroon.
first cigar of the day, though. It
It's
like
a
eases me
connection.
into the day. But then there are other cigars I smoke fuller bodied. I smoke the Oliva V and the Perdomo Habano.
That's mine.
Yeah.
But my favorite.
You're all over the lot
I am.
trend-wise.
I am absolutely. But my favorite cigar is the Padron 1964 Exclusivo Maduro.
Eh?
That's your go-to cigar?
I think that is the best cigar made.
I
don't think it's the
personally,
best made, but I can't argue with you.
Yeah.
I
think it's
personally
best
like the
cigar
Perotti anisette
made.
flavor.
Oh God! Stop.
Does anybody believe that?
Stop. No.
Well, what do you define as how do you define go-to cigar? Mine is like that everyday cigar. That's,
Right.
Like a 64 for me is, that's when I
Yeah,
really
I can't smoke that every day.
I'm not smoking that playing poker.
No.
'Cause
You
I
can't smoke it on the golf course either, because if you forget it somewhere, you're going back to try to find it.
That's a special cigar to me that I want to kick back and when I have time to actually focus on it, enjoy,
Right.
relax, not working.
Which brings up, the difference between a go-to cigar and what I'm often asked, what is the best cigar you smoke?
Yeah.
Because a go-to cigar is usually something you can get that's commonly available, whereas what's the best cigar you ever smoked could have been just that one time.
Yeah.
That's true.
For me, the go-to for me, I'm like Rob, I think it has several. One is the Padron, either the Padron 3000 or the Padron 4000, and specifically the Maduro.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Padron 3000 Maduro. That's the good.
That's absolutely a
I'll
fantastic
read
cigar.
that. That could be a go-to cigar.
Well, that sounds like a free, unabashed ad for Padron.
Yeah.
It does. doesn't
Well, we
it?
all like Padron, but there are many other good cigars out there.
Well, okay, the Toro Fuente.
I like the Don Carlos.
Don Carlos Double Robusto.
I think that's a great cigar.
Speaking of Cameron wrappers,
Yeah.
Yes, I love that.
You
cigar.
notice none of my go-to cigars have a camera.
Yeah, it's
wrapper.
interesting. You, Mr. Cameroon.
I know.
you know what would have been at one time would have been the CAO camera.
Like CAO,
Yeah.
the
Oh,
adversario
yeah.
camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they changed the blend. They got
Rest in peace.
Yeah, they changed the blend of that cigar, and
Years ago.
they changed where they get the wrapper from.
Yeah, years ago. It's a
So-
shame. That was a great
It
cigar.
was
That
really good.
And I'm as you guys know, I'm a big Tom Wahey fan.
Yeah.
So
We don't
and
hold
the,
it against you.
the Ambos Mondos, that is for $5.
It's a good
You
cigar.
have another one you
that
guys
is
didn't
great.
mention, the Sancho Panza. I like those. The Oscuro. The dark
Yeah, the
one.
double
Dark
Maduro.
one,
Oscuro, yeah.
That is a very good cigar.
All
I
right.
say Oscuro because it's so
you know-
dark. They are very dark cigars.
We have not heard from Uncle Max yet.
Well, since when we do hear from him,
Yeah.
we could all go take a nap and eat a sandwich. I just want to chime this one. Here's one that none of you are going to think of, but when I say it, some of you, not all of you, will remember it. I really like the original blended St. Louis Rays.
Yes.
I'm going back a bunch of years. The cigar today, albeit very good, very tasty, but on the strength category, that old St. Louis Ray was a barn burner. Yes or no?
That cigar would knock you out.
Yeah.
It was a very strong cigar.
I don't know that I ever had one of those.
You may not have.
Yeah.
I know I had.
It's probably been, I would guess, about 15 years since they made it. And it's a shame, because that clearly was a barn burner.
They stopped making St. Louis Ray for a while.
Yeah, yeah. All right, Max, I know you're chomping at the
Yeah.
bit.
Not really.
Okay,
It's
enough for you.
It's very difficult for me to have a go-to cigar after over 40 years of smoking. And at this point, it depends on what I'm in the mood for. My first cigar of the day, almost every day, is going to be the strongest cigar. And that can be an Oliva V, it can be a Padron of almost any type, the Mi Amor. There's an awful lot of cigars. The Recluse I've become very fond of.
That's an iconic, right?
Yes. And I also like CLE. That's become one of my favorite cigars
too.
lately.
Yeah, Christian
Me
knows how to
too.
make a good
That
cigar.
just reminded me, one of mine is the Maria Martin cigar, the Pedro
Mm.
Martin.
Yeah, I like the
Yes.
Ruby.
The Ruby.
The Ruby is very
like
good.
Yeah, the Ruby's a
I-
The
very
Maduro
good,
was
yeah.
also
I
very
like the
good.
Maduro
I
a
like
lot.
the Ruby and the Fiera. I love those. And you know what else? Another great one? 858 from Fuente. I have to say like that because I get the 858.
Good size, good taste, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's-
Consistent.
Absolutely.
They all taste,
That's their cornerstone
And
cigar.
it's a great price too.
Yes.
We've always kept that
yeah,
nice
at a
and low.
very decent
yeah,
price. Yep,
decent
yep,
price,
yep.
Yeah.
Mike, why don't you chime in?
Well, I've been thinking about this, and I like the Lonsdale size of the Romeo and Juliet Reserva Real. That's probably my go-to cigar. And another one I really like, I always really like the Eduardo's we make.
Yeah.
I've
Oh,
been
yeah.
doing that
Yeah,
for a
I
long
forgot
You
about
time.
mentioned
that.
Eduardo. Yeah, I like those.
Yeah, the master blend. is
The
fantastic.
master blend, yes.
I've also been taking to smoking a lot of the Allen Bradley New York.
Really?
Yeah, that's
It's a good cigar. I don't
And
know
it's
what
a
you
good
said.
price point too.
It is.
How does that compare to the black market price-wise?
They're comparable, maybe a little lower.
I like the black market myself.
It might be a little less expensive.
I can't swear I've smoked in New York. I may have, I just
I know
don't
you
recall it. I don't
Yeah.
recall it.
I've been smoking them a lot in the vault from Toronto.
I noticed that nobody, because obviously they're not readily available, nobody mentioned any Cuban cigars.
No. My favorite Cuban cigar is the Monte Cristo Mundo.
Yeah, that's a nice size.
That's a great
Have
cigar.
you ever had the Bolivar, is it Corona Royal?
Is that the
No.
one in the tube?
No, they may have a size.
They may,
It's
yeah.
either,
It's
I
in the
forget, it's
glass
Royal
top.
Corona or Corona Royal.
It's a very good cigar, Scott.
Very strong cigar. The Cuban Bolivar is pretty,
Yeah, very
pretty strong.
There was a time when the Cuban Sancho, Ponzo
Ah.
Sancho,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
One
used to,
cigar
I
that
used,
made me sick. I would,
really?
oh,
Pretty mild cigar, pretty tame cigar. Not
Maybe.
all that strong.
No. The Sancho Panza Torpedo is one of my favorite cigars out there.
I used to
But
smoke,
It's not mild by any stretch.
I didn't
most
think
of the
so.
times, 'cause I used to smoke the A's during a football game.
that's the
It would last
Sancho.
about 3
Yeah.
quarters. Yeah, that was a favorite of mine. And my favorite Cuban, from the old days, is the cabinet box of Hoyos de Monterey
Yeah.
Double Corona.
Double Corona.
Doesn't get much better than that.
No, it doesn't.
Like a milkshake.
That's a classic cigar, man.
oh, it was like a chocolate bar.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
Exactly, exactly. Well, I think we beat that subject to death already.
Well, we could talk about this all day, actually.
Well, I know, but unfortunately, I don't think we have all day. Do
No.
we? Do we have all day, Scott?
Can we do another half hour?
Yeah, do a little bit more.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if we finished up with the Toronto, did we? The camera?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know if we gave our individual comments.
well, we got so carried away talking about our favorite or go-to or whatever cigars. I think we didn't finish.
I was very happy when we brought this back.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
really
absolutely.
enjoy this cigar. And
Yeah.
Again, Cameron is my favorite wrapper.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think T covered the notes pretty well.
She did.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anybody else have anything to chime in there?
It's a very good cigar. Go buy it.
Well, let me add, before we forget, I think starting with this episode, or it might have been last week's episode, I've kind of lost track, we will now be posting these on YouTube. You'll be able to see all of us in our glorious living color on YouTube, and we hope if you miss our radio broadcast, you'll be able to pick us up on YouTube. Just go to, what is it, Scott? Go to what?
cccigars.com. That's CCigars.com.
Okay.
We'll have a link there.
Oh, so we'll
Nice.
link it directly from the website to YouTube. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Technology.
Wow. Well, you would
We
know
should
all
have-
about
we
that
should also
stuff.
be able to go
You
to
being
the
the
Facebook
techie
page.
that you
Oh
are.
yeah.
You can go to Facebook too, Cigar Time. Just
And
type
there'll
in
be a
Cigar
link.
Time. Absolutely.
Yeah. Does anybody have a favorite hottie of the month so far?
Yeah, March. So,
Well, I think we have some surprises for April and May coming up.
Oh, nice.
Okay, good.
I'll be surprised.
Okay.
Well, it's time to say our goodbyes. So Uncle Max says, drive safely, be well, and remember, it's just another beautiful day in paradise.
Ciao, everybody.
And I just want to say on behalf of all of us, thank you, thank you, thank you, and we'll see you same time next week.
All right, guys. Bye for now.
Goodbye.
All right, you guys have a great morning. We'll see you later.
And a better day tomorrow.